Long before mankind faced its final reckoning, heaven held its own trials. They were the first beings created by God's own hand, magnificent, powerful, radiant with celestial light. The angels stood as sentinels between worlds, watching over creation with eyes that had witnessed the birth of stars. But not all remained faithful. Some fell, and now the day of their judgment has come. The great white throne blazes with otherworldly light as Jesus Christ takes his seat as judge. The saints, once mere humans who walked the dusty roads of earth, now take their places as heaven's jury, fulfilling the ancient promise that they would one day judge angels. This isn't some earthly courthouse with human laws and temporary consequences. This is eternity's tribunal, where cosmic treason stands exposed beneath the unforgiving light of divine justice. The massive books of judgment lie open, their pages chronicling every deed done in darkness, every rebellion hatched in secret. Nothing escapes these records, not a whisper, not a thought, not a single moment of defiance. All rise for the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The command echoes through the vast chamber as the proceedings begin. Angels of all ranks stand at attention, their faces solemn. This is unprecedented, the judging of their fallen brothers. The heavenly court calls the case of the kingdom versus Samyaza. He enters in chains that no mortal metal could forge, restraints made for beings of immense power. But even bound, Samyaza carries himself with the arrogance of one who once stood in God's presence. Once, he was magnificent, a watcher, one of the elite guardians assigned to observe humanity in its infancy. His wings had spanned the width of temples. His voice had caused mountains to tremble. His wisdom had been the envy of his peers. Now he stands condemned. The prosecutor approaches, his voice resonating with the weight of divine authority. Samyaza, leader of the Watchers, you stand accused of crimes against heaven and earth. You abandoned your sacred post. You took human women for yourself. You fathered the Nephilim, giants who devoured mankind and filled the earth with violence. You taught forbidden knowledge to humanity. You led 200 angels into rebellion against the Most High. The prosecutor's voice rises. This isn't just disobedience. This is cosmic treason. Samyaza's eyes flash with defiance. We saw their suffering, he counters. We witnessed their struggles. While heaven watched from afar, we descended to help them. We gave them knowledge, civilization, power. We gave them what was being withheld. The judge speaks, his voice quiet yet penetrating every corner of the vast chamber. And who appointed you to give what was not yours to give? They loved us, Samyaza insists. They worshipped us. They called us gods. How can love be condemned? Love? The prosecutor's laugh is cold. You call the slaughter of innocents love? You call blood-soaked altars and corrupted children affection? The very earth cried out beneath your feet, Samyaza. An ancient soul approaches the witness stand. Noah, the man who survived the flood that washed away the world away. Samyaza helped corrupt. I saw it with my own eyes, Noah testifies, his voice carrying the weight of centuries. Before the waters came, the earth was filled with violence. The Nephilim, your children, Samyaza, they devoured everything in their path. Nations fell before them. The weak were crushed beneath their feet. Noah's eyes meet those of the fallen angel. Heaven didn't send the flood out of cruelty. The flood was mercy, an end to what you and your kind had created. You weren't saviors. You were destroyers. The silence that follows is deafening. Samyaza. The judge speaks his name, and the fallen angel raises his head. For abandoning your post, for corrupting humanity, for teaching what was forbidden, for leading others into rebellion, you are found guilty. The sentence is read from ancient texts. God did not spare the angels who sinned, but cast them into hell and committed them to chains of darkness, to be reserved for judgment. 2 Peter 2:4. Your final destination awaits. The lake of fire has been prepared for the devil and his angels. Revelation 20:10. As Samyaza is led away, the heavenly court remains in session. This is but the first of many judgments. One by one, the fallen will face divine justice. Beings who once stood in God's presence, now answering for their rebellion. This dramatized account isn't just ancient history, it's prophecy. While the specific details of angel trials remain veiled to human understanding, Scripture confirms the reality of their judgment, and their judgment precedes our own. If heaven itself could not harbor rebellion, what hope exists for human defiance? If angels who once gazed upon God's face must answer for their treason, how much more will humanity? The same books remain open. The same judge presides. The same standards of perfect holiness apply. There is a coming judgment, but also a coming mercy for those who accept it while there's still time. And historical core. Subscribe to witness biblical truths brought to life in ways you've never seen before. The Judgment of Angels explores forgotten biblical narratives through cinematic storytelling. Based on scripture passages from Genesis, Jude, 2 Peter, and Revelation, we examine the fate of fallen angels and what their judgment teaches us about cosmic justice. This series combines faithful biblical interpretation with dramatic storytelling to bring ancient truths to modern audiences. While some elements are creatively portrayed, the core spiritual realities remain firmly grounded in Scripture. Join us as we journey beyond the veil between worlds to witness heaven's courtroom in session.